Feeling overwhelmed and exhausted? You're not alone. We push ourselves to the limit, striving for success, and often neglecting our own well-being in the process. But what happens when the drive to achieve leaves us feeling empty and depleted? That's burnout, my friends, and it's a real struggle. Today, we're exploring 10 effective ways to deal with burnout and start living a more balanced and fulfilling life. So, let's dive in and start this journey together. We often wear our busy badges with a strange sense of honor, as if being constantly on the go is a measure of our worth. But the truth is, our minds and bodies aren't designed for this relentless pace. Imagine a rubber band stretched taut, constantly under tension. Eventually it loses its elasticity, its ability to bounce back. Taking regular breaks isn't about hitting the pause button on our ambitions. It's about giving ourselves the space to come back stronger. A short walk in nature, a few minutes of deep breathing, or simply stepping away from our desks can make a world of difference. These breaks allow us to clear our heads, shift our perspective, and return to our tasks with renewed focus. Remember, taking breaks isn't selfish, it's an act of self-preservation. So give yourself permission to step away, to breathe, to recharge. You deserve it. Our minds are incredible things, capable of astonishing creativity and problem-solving, but they can also be relentless, caught in a constant loop of thoughts, worries, and to-dos. Mindfulness and meditation offer us a way to turn down the volume on that internal noise. It's about learning to be fully present in the moment, without judgment, without getting swept away by the current of our thoughts. Imagine sitting by a stream, watching the leaves float by. We don't try to stop the leaves, we simply observe them as they flow. Studies have shown that mindfulness can reduce stress, improve focus, enhance emotional regulation, and even boost our immune systems. There are countless ways to incorporate mindfulness into our lives. We can start with a few minutes of meditation each day, focusing on our breath or using guided meditation apps. We can practice mindful walking, paying attention to the sensations of our feet on the ground, the air on our skin. The key is to find what works for you, to experiment with different techniques, and to be patient with yourself. It's a practice, not a perfect, and the rewards are well worth the effort. We live in a culture that often glorifies busyness and productivity. We're bombarded with messages that tell us we need to be doing more, achieving more, constantly striving for the next milestone. But this relentless pursuit of doing it all can leave us feeling overwhelmed, inadequate, and ultimately, burned out. Setting realistic goals is about giving ourselves permission to prioritize, to focus on what truly matters, and to let go of the need to be everything to everyone. Start by identifying your values. What's most important to you in life? Is it your family, your health, your creative pursuits? Break down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This can make them feel less daunting and more achievable. And remember, it's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries, to delegate tasks, and to ask for help when you need it. By setting realistic goals, we create space for what truly matters, for the things that bring us joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. When we're feeling burned out, the last thing we often feel like doing is moving our bodies. But the truth is, engaging in physical activity can be one of the most effective ways to combat burnout and boost our energy levels. Exercise releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects. Physical activity helps to reduce stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and it doesn't have to be about intense workouts or marathon training sessions. Even gentle forms of movement like walking, yoga, or dancing can make a world of difference. Find an activity you enjoy, something that makes you feel good, and make it a regular part of your routine. Every step you take, every stretch, every movement is a step towards greater well-being. So get up, get moving, and feel the energy flow. The food we eat and the fluids we drink have a profound impact on our energy levels, our mood, and our overall well-being. When we're feeling burned out, it's easy to reach for quick fixes, processed foods, and sugary drinks. But these choices often leave us feeling sluggish, irritable, and even more depleted. Maintaining a healthy diet is about nourishing our bodies with the nutrients they need to thrive. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Limit your intake of caffeine and alcohol, as these substances can interfere with sleep and contribute to feelings of anxiety and restlessness. It's about fueling your body with the goodness it deserves. We live in a culture that often values independence and self-reliance. We're taught to believe that asking for help is a sign of weakness. But the truth is, we're not meant to go through life alone. We all need support, especially when we're feeling overwhelmed and burned out. Seeking support can be as simple as reaching out to a friend or family member and letting them know you're struggling. Sometimes we need more than just a listening ear. We might need professional support from a therapist or counselor. Reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Remember, you are not alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. In today's hyper-connected world, the lines between work and life can easily become blurred. Establishing a work-life balance is about creating clear boundaries between our professional and personal lives. Set specific work hours and stick to them as much as possible. Leave work at work, both physically and mentally. When you're off the clock, resist the urge to check emails or think about work-related tasks. Create a dedicated workspace at home if possible, so you can physically separate your work life from your personal life. Make time for activities you enjoy outside of work, whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply relaxing and recharging. Remember, your worth is not defined by your productivity. You deserve time and space to rest, recharge, and pursue your passions. By establishing healthy boundaries and prioritizing our well-being, we create a more sustainable and fulfilling life. Sleep is often the first thing to go when we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, but chronic sleep deprivation can have serious consequences for our physical and mental health, contributing to burnout, anxiety, depression, and a host of other issues. Getting enough sleep is essential for our bodies and minds to function optimally. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. This may vary slightly from person to person, so it's important to listen to your body and find what works best for you. Establish a regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up around the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and avoid screen time for at least an hour before bed. Remember, sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's an investment in your health, your well-being, and your ability to show up fully in your life. When we're caught in the cycle of burnout, it's easy to lose sight of the things that once brought us joy. Our hobbies fall by the wayside, our passions get pushed aside, and we find ourselves going through the motions, just trying to make it through the day. But here's the thing, joy is essential for our well-being. It's what fuels our creativity, our resilience, and our overall zest for life. Pursuing hobbies and activities that bring us joy is not frivolous. It's a vital part of self-care. Think back to activities you used to enjoy as a child or teenager. What made your heart sing? What did you love to do so much that you lost track of time? Explore new interests, take a class, join a club, learn an instrument, or simply allow yourself to be curious and try something new. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it brings you joy. Make time for these activities in your schedule, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Remember, joy is a choice. It's a conscious decision to make time for the things that light us up, that make us feel alive. Saying no can be hard, especially for those of us who are people pleasers at heart. We want to be helpful, we want to be liked, and we don't want to disappoint anyone. But the truth is, saying yes to everything and everyone is a recipe for burnout. Learning to say no is about setting healthy boundaries, protecting our time and energy, and honoring our own needs and priorities. Start by identifying your non-negotiables, the things that are most important to you and that you're not willing to compromise on. Practice saying no gracefully but firmly. You don't need to over-explain or apologize. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. You're saying no to your time, your energy, your priorities. By learning to say no, you create space for the things that matter, for the people and activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Burnout is a real struggle, but it doesn't have to define us. By implementing these 10 strategies, we can start to reclaim our energy, our passion, and our joy. Remember, taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more helpful tips. You've got this.